Hey, welcome back to the channel. There has been a big change that I wanted to let you guys know about with the Kwik Charge app. I heard a couple days ago that it was going to be upgraded, and it was just a matter of kind of pushing it out and getting it onto people's devices. And well, I was able to download it earlier today and finally had a chance to kind of poke around. I didn't have any charging that I needed to do, so it wasn't a use case, but it's just a much improved experience. So if you've used the Kwik Charge app in the past, get ready for something better.
Charge on, Wisconsin!
Welcome back, everybody. I think everybody should know that I am a fan of using the charging apps, and especially Kwik Charge. I like to be able to track whenever I'm there, which is a lot, as we'll kind of see a little bit later. But I've got now 9, 18, 27, 36 apps in my EV driving folder here. So I some of them I need if I want to unlock my car or turn on the air conditioning or whatever. I need the Chevy app. If I'm going to charge at a supercharger, I'm going to want the Tesla app. I use ChargePoint all the time. Car scanner is, I have the iPad now, but a lot of times I was using it just with my phone before I got the dedicated iPad to kind of keep all that OBD2 information for me as I'm driving around. PlugShare is obviously one that I'm in almost every day. And then Electrify America, EVgo, and a better route planner. There's my first page of EV driving. And I feel like I want all of those at any point. And maybe the car scanner, since I'm not using the phone version as much, I could probably move that off of there. And depending, where I'm at, one of these other ones might move up. But I mean, you can see, I have used all of these mostly. Well, let's see, there's Evexi, that one needs to be re-downloaded. Volvo, I haven't had, I can't bring myself to delete it though. That's the only thing. It's, I feel bad for deleting that. But the alternative fuel data center database, that one hasn't been downloaded. And then that one with the, I don't know what that one is, but I'm not downloading it. I charge more than anyone probably should, short of, say, a rideshare driver. I'm out there a lot, showing off charging, and stuff that I don't necessarily need to do if I wasn't going to shoot videos at these locations, because I have a level 2 charger in my garage. I can basically charge at home whenever I want. And if I wasn't going to all these places to shoot videos, I wouldn't be charging all the time on DC fast charging. So I like to keep track of that charging when I'm doing it. That's why I use the apps. You do you, and use the apps or not. But here is the new Kwik Charge app. Let's take a look as we get out here. Mount Horeb is the closest one. So the one thing is here now, I've got to tell it to search, and it finds them all in the, all of the ones basically in the state in this area. So you can see the one in Mount Horeb is the closest. That one is 10 miles away. Pewaukee next at 63. Richfield at 69. I would have said, okay, thought it was Lake Telton would have been the second closest. So that one's 42 miles away. Fond du Lac, so anyway, these are just, I'm just flipping through the ones that it's going through. So this is very easy, and much improved performance over what the previous version of the app did. For a little background on the Kwik Charge app, it's powered by a company called Driivz, and it's what they call a white label. Kwik Charge puts their information on this app, but the back end and everything is powered by Driivz, Driivz. Francis uses the same back end, but that's not the only one. EVgo uses Driivz to power the back end of their website. Sheets, On the Run, some international partners. It's a well-used service by a lot of charging providers, and Kwik Charge just happens to be one. Now, the newest app version that Kwik Charge has now just released, if you do use the app, I would say definitely try to download the new version. It was just waiting for me tonight, and as I go through like once a day and just update all the apps, especially if you're going to need to charge, but it's just an improved interface. It's an improved experience. And that's what I think you want, is something easy. 23 open stations. You can see the ones in Minnesota. We can zoom in here. St. Croix Falls, you've got North Branch, you've got Forest Lake, and you got Lake Elmo there right outside of St. Paul, right off of 94. So anyway, all of their 23 open stations are available on the app, and you can actually see like, okay, Ashland, nope, nobody's charging. Now it's, if you look on my phone there, it says it's 10:42 at night. So am I surprised that it's not showing that a lot of these stations are being used? Not really. Is it Tuesday? It's a Tuesday night at 10:30. Menominee, what are we doing there? Nope, that's like basically the busiest station. So search in this area again. Cameron, what's going on up there? Nope. Chippewa Falls. Oh, somebody is charging in Chippewa Falls right now, and you can see the difference there because it's got the blue and the red. So the NACS is not available. Somebody's charging. I can tell you on number 1 in Chippewa Falls, somebody is on the CCS handle right now. So anyway, you can see that you can get the live look at what's available. You're going up, you're 15 minutes out or 10 minutes out from a stop at a Kwik Charge, and you can take a quick look and say, oh, okay, yeah, there's 3 in use right now. Like, I hope there's not anybody else shows up and takes that one spot that I need. So anyway, this is just such a better experience. Snappier, does not kind of crash or lock up like it used to. I've had that problem with the Francis too, where it's just like, it's just a struggle. Like I've said before, just get out of my way. I know where I am. I know what station I want to look up, and I know which number I want to charge on. If you just make it easier for me to put that stuff in. And I think that this app now has made it easier. So one station that we're not going to see on here right now is Delavan. That one is under construction technically. When I was there myself the first time, I didn't know where the chargers were going to be. I assumed it was going to be in an existing parking spot. It's not, but let's take a look. So here in Delavan, you can see behind me, this is where the Kwik Charge station will be with the canopy. We can see on the plans where the canopy and everything will be set up, and nothing happening right now. And I wasn't expecting to see construction here today because I've heard that it's still, kind of developing and they're waiting for some things. But I was going by anyway and needed to grab a soda. And so I was like, well, you know what? Let's take a look, see what the situation actually is. And I don't think I had a great view for you the last time that we came by, because honestly, I wasn't sure until I saw the plans where exactly it was going to be. So now that we know, we can take a better look, and hopefully, sometime soon this thing gets actually some shovels in the ground, some curbs ripped up, and some vehicles charging. You can see the charging situation in Delavan right now. There's the Red E station, and then there's the spot where that Tesla is down there. So the one right up here, maybe right here, should improve things. There's definitely a lot of things to eat around here. You got the McDonald's, it's walkable. KFC, and of course, I mean, I'm a fan of food at Kwik Trip. So bathrooms, food, I'm pretty much good. And if the charging is good, perfect. So this is by no means a giant Kwik Trip, but they do have a nice car wash, and you know, there's a nice little space that I was sitting at over there. So I think this will be a good spot to charge. And again, especially with what else is around here and the other options, this will be a spectacular addition to southern Wisconsin's charging scene. Funny, Moose Lake is the furthest one away at 285 miles, which is almost 30 miles further than going up to Ashland to charge. I'm pretty sure at 256, if I took it easy, I could cruise into Ashland on some electric fumes, but I'm pretty sure I'd be good to get there. 285, mostly highway to get to Moose Lake. I'm not sure if I could do that on my Equinox. Maybe some back roads. This is just an amazing reinvention of capabilities for this app. Like I feel like I'm saying way too many big words, but it's just such a change. And as somebody who is as much of an expert as you can be of, you know, a charging app, this is a new good experience that I would recommend if you do want to keep track of your charging as much as, you know, as I do. Yeah, this is an improved experience. So if you did give it a chance and you weren't a fan, and you want to use the app to kind of dictate your, you know, paying for your charges and et cetera, this is now something that's maybe worth you taking another look at. Anyway, here's another reason why I like the app. I've just got, you know, Wausau was my last charge on the 1st, and then Plover. I just like being able to look and see, oh, okay, here is my last app. What was, you know, here was my last charge. We got a cost breakdown here on this invoice. So I can see exactly how much I was spending, how much it was at this point, what my kilowatt hours were, the time that I was there, the location. So I really do like that. The Chevy app now offers something like it where it tells me basically every time I charge, but I also think that there's a shorter window available on the My Chevy app. So having these going back a year, whatever, I can print it if I want. It's a good option, I think. We can go to this month, this year. You can see the total energy from the 1st of January until now. I've charged 1,078 kilowatt hours at a Kwik Charge station. So yeah, I'm there a lot. Let's go back. What's the first one of the year? I think it was in Lake Delton, wasn't it? Because I did a video up there. Baraboo, whatever. But yeah, that's Lake Delton. So 57 kilowatt hours to kick off the year. And then I haven't been back to charge in like 17 days. I don't know if they're missing me or not, but yeah, August 1st was the last time I charged. It's the 18th today. So what have I done? Almost a whole month without charging. I don't know how they're making it through, but fully paid 1,078.883 kilowatt hours. So a good year so far in my many journeys to Kwik Charge. This is also much faster. The older app, you could barely make it around, and I always had problems kind of going back this far and looking and seeing, oh, what dates this year, this month, this week. Like, it would work most of the time. This just seems very fast. I'm scrolling through like dozens of charges all the way back into June. Um, the time that we were testing up in Forest Lake. There it is. Previous to that, I stopped in Menominee on the way up to Forest Lake, right? So there's just like, I can go back and see what, and then in Hickston before that. So I just really like the app. A lot of people don't like them, and that's totally fine. And if my car, like somebody like Ayana, where you don't need an app and I can just plug in and the car handles everything, I probably at that point would forego the app. All right, so now you've got a year's worth of data that you can look back on this. And this is already much easier. Let's see, back to August 18th. We're just flying through here. So it's so much more responsive and faster. This is such an improvement. So details, when was I in? 8:21 of 25, 10 a.m. to 10:12, 21 kilowatt hours, 21 and a half kilowatt hours. So really the only thing it doesn't give you that maybe something like charge point, you can get that on the app where it has a look at your curve. That would be great. I'm not sure what it would take. I'm just saying in my mind, when it's like, oh, what else do you want? Yeah, seeing a charge curve for that one would, maybe would be something that I would request, and I'll pass that along. But do I expect something like that? I don't know. I think if it would be easy, if it was just like a switch to flip on, it might be, but I don't know exactly what it takes to add something like that to the back end, and whether you could go back and add it to a year ago's invoice or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys off that this is a much improved experience. It's kind of frustration free now, where before it was sometimes kind of hard to like, oh, you got to find the location and you got to move the map around and then you got to search in this area. There are just less blockages to having an easy, smooth experience. So that and the Delavan information when I was down there last month. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you at the next charge. And if I was a betting man, I would say it might be at a Kwik Charge by looking at these numbers.